right, good morning. We're here for a gentle restorative yoga class. The props that we need today would be a bolster, the straps, if you have a strap, or you can use a belt at home. And then blocks if you need them. I'll be sitting up on blankets today. And if I have a more a standing based class, I would start with you sitting on blocks. But today, since we're in restorative and we stay on the ground level, I'll have us starting with the blankets. It supports us better when we go side to side. So you'll just set your stuff off to the side. And then when you take a seat, be sure that you're not sitting right in the middle of it, so because you'll dump in the low back. So you want to scooch all the way toward the forward edge. Then I'm going to take my inner thighs and I'm going to pull the outer thighs back, and I sit down, inner thighs back and apart, sit down. I have one heel in front of the other. If your knees are suspended in space, this is the time that you want to support your knees so that they're just not hanging out in space. The knees close to the floor. Then when you take your seat, just take a moment and be sure that you feel the sits bones evenly pressing down. So you kind of go side to side. Then when you feel your sits bones firmly anchored to the floor, then push down through your seat and lifting up through the crown of the head. As you press down and you lift up, you'll see that you lift your rib cage up away from your hips. And then bring our chins parallel with the floor. And then take a moment and take your whole throat and ears and move them back. Then by pressing down through your seat, lifting up through the crown of the head, you'll see where a struggle is internally. Just bringing your awareness internally. And, are you working really hard to sit up tall like this? Typically, we need to pull our low ribs back. And I pull the low ribs back, and then I can feel myself sitting on the bones. And as I press down, extending up through the crown of the head with the chin parallel, then you'll release your shoulders and let them move away from your ears. We bring the shoulder blades closer to one another, tuck them into the back pocket, press down, extending up. Now, just internally scan your body and notice where you might be feeling any tension or stress sitting up like this. If you are, just the slightest adjustment can make it much better. Then bringing all of our awareness into the breathing, every inhalation and every exhalation. And I invite you to close your eyes as you feel yourself moving the breath in and exhaling the breath out. Allowing yourself to take the breath in through any means, whether it be the nose or the mouth. And when you exhale, nose or the mouth, exhale it all out completely. But notice if you're inhaling through your mouth or in your nose, taking the deep breath in, and then slowly as you exhale out, what way are you breathing out? Now, very slowly, we'll transition the inhalations into the nostrils only. As you inhale deeply, and then as you transition, exhale through the nostrils only, exhaling it all out. Full deep inhale and complete exhalations. Now take a moment and just breathe normally. Feel the breath as it moves in and it exhales out. We'll return back into 3-part breathing. After your next exhalation, inhale through the nose and feel just your lower belly rise. Inhaling. When you get to the end of your inhale, hold it. And then as you exhale, just the belly. Exhaling the navel toward the spine. Exhale it all out. And then another inhalation through the nose, feeling the belly rise. Feel it moving up into the front rib cage, expanding, the side rib cage expanding, and hold it there. And as you exhale, side rib cage, front rib cage, belly comes toward the navel, toward the spine, and then lifting up internally to empty it all out. Next inhalation through the nose, feel the belly rise. Feel your rib cage expand in the front, sides, and even the back side of your rib cage fully expand. Hold it, and very slowly exhaling. Back ribs, side ribs, front ribs, belly, empty it all out. The next breath, inhaling, belly rising. Rib cage expanding, even on the backside, fully expanding, and let it move up into your chest, but soften your eyes. As you exhale, start with the chest, just the rib cage now the belly, and empty it all out. Here's our first full breath. Inhaling, belly rising, rib cage expanding, chest lifting, softening eyes and shoulders, hold. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly, empty, empty, empty. One more. Inhaling, belly rising, rib cage expanding, chest lifting, a slight hold at the top. And as we exhale, chest only, rib cage only, belly only. And then resume your normal breathing, but do it softly inhaling and softly exhaling. Awareness in each and every breath. We'll bring our hands into the heart center, and as we press the palms into one another, feel your collarbones expand. Lift your shoulders up to your ears. Bring your shoulder blades closer to one another, and then tuck your shoulder blades into the back pocket. We'll start the class with one Om together. I'll have an opening invocation, and you'll set your own intention for the practice this morning. So we'll take a deep inhale to begin. You can repeat after me if you'd like to learn the Sanskrit for Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Bhavantu. Good. Here we go all together. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And one more time. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And we're asking that all beings everywhere are happy and free, and that our thoughts, words, and actions will contribute to their happiness in some way. Taking a moment, bowing your head to your heart center, let's set your own intention for this practice this morning. Whatever it is that you need from this practice, whatever offering you want to make of this practice, bringing that deep into your heart. Once you've set your intention, release your hands onto your thighs. You can lift your chin and slowly opening your eyes. From your seat, extending the arms out to the side. Now really reach out through the fingertips, push through your seat, and inhale, sweeping the arms up so the whole side body stretch. And then slowly exhaling all the way out through the fingertips, nice and easy. Exhale it out and down, nice and easy. And here we go again, without your shoulders. Inhale, reach and stretch it all the way up. And slowly exhaling it out and down. One more time, reach through the fingertips. Inhaling. Begin to slightly angle the pinkies in toward one another when you get up there. That's it. And then slowly exhaling out and down. Leaving your left hand on the floor alongside of your hip. Inhaling the right arm up alongside of your ear. Take a deep inhale, slide the shoulder away from your ear. Keep that, and as you exhale, slowly going over to your left side. Reaching out through your right fingertips, pushing your right knee out of the way. Take a moment to spin the belly and chest open toward the sky. And if you can go a little bit further, scoot your hand a little bit further, or bend the elbows straight in towards your hip. Breathing here. Take your chins out of the chest. That's it. And then spin your face up to the sky, pushing your right knee out of the way. Get the deep body stretch. You feel each muscle between the rib cage expanding. Pressing down through your seat, use your top arm to bring you up, and then exhale the hand down to the floor. Inhaling, right arm up alongside of your ear. And as you exhale, going over to your left side, nice and easy. You slide your hand out, but be sure it's in line with your own hip. You can then bend your elbow in towards your hip, but reach out through the fingertips. The arm is back behind your ear. You don't even see it. Reaching, pushing your left knee out and away from you. Spin the belly and chest open and notice the stretch that you get here on this side, one side compared to the other. Be sure you're breathing. If you're holding your breath, you're tightening the muscles. We want to really exhale and let it go. Feel the deep stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep spinning the belly and chest open toward the ceiling. Reach it, stretch it. Notice where you're feeling it. And then pressing down through everything you have, using your top arm. Inhale up. Exhale the hand down to the floor. Already feels so good. Placing your right hand onto your left leg. Left hand back behind you, about the center of the spine, 10 to 12 inches back. Make sure you don't have to lean back. So if you can't reach the floor, bring the floor up to you with a block. Now pushing evenly through both sit bones. Be sure the right sit bone's pushing down. Inhale to create length. And as you exhale, very gently twisting to the left. Low belly, midsection, upper chest, and then gazing out over your own left shoulder. Use the right hand against the left leg to pull those two. Push and resist. Pull and resist to get the deeper twist. Every inhale, get taller. Every exhale, taking the twist deeper. The exhalation is an excellent way to detoxify the body, to get all the waste out. The deeper the twist, the more compression on the internal organs. You're squeezing off all of the blood flow. Be sure that you're taking the breath in and exhaling it out so that when we do return, healthy blood returns. So you inhale, just look forward, but keep the twist. And when you exhale, you can release and you'll feel the blood flowing back in. Left hand to your right leg, right hand goes back behind you. Push down through both sit bones, especially the left side. Push down, inhale, create the length, keep the shoulders away from the ears. And here we go. Exhaling, twisting to the right. Start with your low belly twist first, then your midsection twist, then followed by your upper chest twist. And then finally turn your face to the right, taking your chin as close to your right shoulder as possible. Every inhale, get taller. Every exhale, take the twist deeper. Think about detoxifying, squeezing out all the blood flow in the internal organs, especially in the digestive system. And here, possibly getting into your liver, get that deep squeeze it out. And then when you inhale, just turn your face and look forward. And as you exhale, then you can release and blood flowing back in. A seated forward fold. You're welcome to inhale your arms up alongside of your ears. Hinging at your hips, fold forward, keeping the torso long. As soon as you want to start to bend, place your hands onto the floor. Keeping a straight spine, press through your sits bones, and then as you exhale, keep coming down, but the sits bones are your anchor. So feel yourself firmly anchoring it down, walking your hands out, and then when you can still keep that position, I take my hands and I push them away from the floor and then take the head of my arm bones in. That's it. Keeping that kind of action. If you can still go forward, take your time and go forward. And then there's the point where you can just bow your head and let your eyes soften and just simply breathe here. Also, a very good time to flub your lips to get all the tension out of your facial muscles that we don't even know we're carrying around. So yeah, don't worry about making noise. Just go ahead and do that. And you just release all the facial tension muscles. And then pressing the floor away and lifting your head and chest. Then as you exhale, very slowly, walking your hands back in, sliding the hands back in, bringing the shoulders back over your hips. Then I take the hands back behind me, lean back, and now we can let the slingshot go. Our legs go out. And I hope you remembered which one was in front, which one was in back. We'll do little windshield wipers. I'm doing foreign car, then American car. And then stopping in the center, point your feet. We'll feel that. Flex your feet, feel it in the calves. Point your feet again, and then flex your feet again. And then circle in one direction. And then stop and circle in the other. And then stop. Then you're going to bring your shoulders back over your hips, taking your hands underneath your knees, drawing the heels in, and now we'll cross the opposite way. So whatever leg is in front, you want to start with the opposite one. And if you don't know which one that is, try to cross, and whatever's easy, go the opposite way. Then, once I get into a ankle in front of ankle or a heel in front of heel, then I'll take my inner thighs, roll them back and apart, and I want to be sitting toward the front edge of my sits bones. Once you're pressing down again, we reestablish our foundation here. Then I'll take the shoulders back, shoulders directly over the hips, take my low ribs back, bring my chin up parallel, take the throat back, ears back, and from this place, pressing down, feel myself extending up and creating space in the spine. Take your left hand out along the hip, not mirroring right now. Right arm goes up alongside of your ear, will be opposite. Now we'll do something a little different. Make sure that you feel the shoulders are away from your ears and keep that. Now pressing through your seat, inhale and reach your right arm way up there. And then as you exhale, gently sliding over to your left side, but keeping the hands in line with your hip, shoulders in line with the hip. Then go over to the side, breathing here. See how far that is and make sure the palm is angled down and even angle the pinky down. Now draw the head of your arm bone back in. There it is. Good. Breathing into that. Take the chin out of the chest. Beautiful. Reach and stretch. Push your right knee out and away. Reach to the right fingertips at the same time. Do not change anything. Just turn your face. Look down at the bottom hand. But keep taking your right shoulder back. Notice where you feel the stretch. Be sure that you're breathing into it. And all you really have to do is exhale. The inhale will come. So make sure that you're getting a healthy exhale to let go of the tension and tightness. Keep pushing your right knee out of the way so the seat stays anchored. Are you breathing? Then don't change anything else. Just taking your face, turn and gaze up to the top fingertips. That's it. Chin out of the chest. Reach and stretch it and breathe. See if you can go over a little bit more. That's it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Push your right knee out and away. Push down with everything that you have. Inhaling right arm up. Oh, but exhale the hand down. This feels so good. Inhaling left arm up alongside of the ear. So you have your palm face in, angle pinky in, that little drama mama, and then shoulder blade down your back. Chin parallel, throw back, ears back. Here we go. Over to the right side. My left knee wants to lift. I keep pushing my left knee out and away. I'm going to keep that down. Keep that down. Shoulders away from the ears. Go over to the side until I feel a stretch all the way through my left front hip, all the way through each rib in my rib cage. Straighten your elbow as much as you can. That's it. Create those straight lines of energy. Bring your right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, shoulders away from the ears. Take your throat back, ears back. Good. Breathing into it. Do not change anything. Just take your face and gently turn it down to the right hand on the floor. Keep taking the left shoulder back, pushing your left knee out and away. Breathe into that. Breathe into it. Where's the resistance? Find your resistance. Take the breath into that. Be sure that you're exhaling that resistance out. Do not change anything, but just simply turning your face. Turn and look up at the top fingers. I got a neck pop. I don't know about you. Breathing into it. Go over a little bit more if it's available. Pushing the left knee out the way. Get the deep stretch. Be sure you're exhaling it out. Press down through your seat. Inhaling the arm up. Exhaling the hand down to the floor. Right hand to your left leg. Left hand back behind you. Once I find my foundation, I don't want to lean back and I don't want to go forward. Just staying right in the center. Press down through both sit bones evenly, especially the right sit bone. Push down. Inhale, create the length. Lift your rib cage up. Keep that lift. And as you exhale, use your hand against the leg as a lever to twist the low body, then the midsection, then the upper section, and then take your chin as close to your left shoulder as possible. Looking out over your left shoulder. Every inhale gets taller and feel your seat really anchor. Every exhale, use the lever to get a deep twist. Then take your eyes to the left a little bit more. Look to your left a little bit more with your eyes. And then see if you can't get a bit more of a twist in there. That feels so good. I feel it in my right front hip, outer hip. And then keep the twist. Inhale, look forward. You go, you wish, right? And then exhale, release it out. Oh, that feels good. Left hand to your right leg, right hand back behind you. Here we go, pressing through the seat. Take a deep inhale, lift your rib cage up. Keep your shoulders away from the ears as you exhale. The low belly, your midsection, then your upper section, twisting to the right. Use your hand against the leg to pull in, deeper twisting. Use the back hand to push into the floor and resist so that you get this deep twist within your own inner body, compressing the internal organs, compressing the space between the vertebrae in our spine. Every inhale, get taller. Every exhale, take the twist deeper. Now, with your eyeballs, look over to the right more. And then use your lever to see if you can't get a deeper twist. Beautiful. And then don't change the twist. Just inhale, look forward. And as we exhale, releasing that. Ooh, feels so good. This time in our forward fold, same concept. I'm just going to start with the hands on the floor about shoulder distance apart. I like to use my teacup fingers so that I can lift and get some space. Now I'm going to push the front of my sits bones down and really like stick my butt out. That keeps it really long in the front body, keeping the length in the front body, but the seat down. Slowly begin to walk it out, walk it out, walk it out, walk it out, walk it out. I'm going to stop midway. I want to push my hands against the floor, draw the head of my arm bones in, then reestablish the front of my own sits bones, stick your bottom out, and continue to go forward with length in the spine. That's it. Beautiful. And you push your hands into the floor, head of the arm bones in, stick your butt out. And then when you're ready, go down just a little bit further, then bowing your head. You can shake your head yes and no, flubbing the lips. Let the neck go, let the eyes go, let everything soften. If you bring the forehead to the space, you can. Just breathing into that, inhaling and exhaling. Noticing what you're feeling in this front forward fold with the opposite legs as compared to the other side. That's all we want to do is notice one side compared to the other side. Really staying within our body, within our own breathing, and notice when there's breathing restriction. Pressing the floor away, lifting the head and chest. Then very slowly exhaling, coming back nice and easy. Woo, woo, woo. And then lean your hands back. Here we go. Slingshot legs out. Good. And then point, flex, point, flex, side to side, foreign car, side to side, Lamborghini, and stopping in the center, point, flex, circle in one direction. It's good for the ankle mobility, circling in the other. Excellent. Then you'll take your hands up. Actually, you're going to bring your legs closer together. Then I want to reestablish my seat. I have both sit bones like tilting back. I'm sitting toward the right at the front of my own sit bones. Then you see my torso's forward. I'm going to lean back so that I get the shoulders directly over the hips. I get the support of stacking the bones. Taking your right knee, grab it and draw the heel in towards your seat. So as I bring the foot in, I want to be sure that the right foot presses into the floor. The left foot is acting like it's standing in the center of the room, so the toes and kneecaps stay pointing up. Take your left hand to the right knee, and with the left hand, I'm going to be pressing down and keeping it from splaying out. Then right arm comes up alongside of your ear, shoulders away from the ears, but the rib cage is definitely lifting up and away. Keep that. And then as you exhale, take the arm back a little bit more. Now turn your palm face back. Now placing the right hand to the floor, about the center of the spine, 10 to 12 inches away at least. Push down, create the inhale lift. As you exhale, begin twisting to your right. Low belly, midsection, upper chest. So the back hand is pressing into the floor, and then you try to pull your hand, but it won't go because of the sticking mat. And you feel yourself able to twist, but check your left sit bone. Did you lift it up? Be sure your left sit bone is pressing down. The left leg is firmly engaged. Lean a little more forward with Melinda, and then bring your rib cage up. There it is. Good. And then slide the shoulders away from the ears. Take your eyeballs and look to the right a little bit more. And then once you do that, twist a little bit deeper. And then inhale, look forward. And then exhale, release. Keep your legs the way they are. Right elbow on the inside, left hand goes back behind you. This is our open twist. Everything is active. Inhale, lift up the rib cage, keep that lift. pressing the elbow against the knee resists because the foot is anchored, twisting to the left. Look with your eyeballs to the left a little bit more, and then twist a bit deeper. Then inhale, look forward, and exhale, release. Right leg extends out, flesh back, left knee comes in, and the foot presses into the floor. So my foot is about in line with my own knee so that I can keep the foot firmly anchored in all the points. Maybe a little bit back, but I don't want to lift my left sit bone. Right hand goes to my left knee, and that supports the sit bone and the foot to keep anchoring down. From there, there's a press down and a lift up. The right leg, think about the calf muscles pressing into the floor. Keeping that action, left arm comes up alongside of the ear with the palm in. Take the arm back a little bit more. Then when you're ready, turn the left palm out. Beautiful. And as you exhale, taking the hand down, but don't lean back. Now, inhale, create the length, keeping the knee from splaying out. Use the leverage of the foot pressing down, the butt pressing down, exhaling, low belly, midsection, upper chest, gazing out over the left shoulder, broaden the right side of your collarbones. That's it. Good. Breathing into that. Are you pushing your left foot down with your, good. Keep that action. Look with your eyeballs. Look a little more to the left, and then see if you can't get a bit more of a turn. Are you exhaling? You got to let that out. Then inhale, look forward, and exhale, release. Keep the legs as they are. Here we go. Left elbow inside, right hand back behind you. If you lean back, bring your shoulders forward, lift the rib cage up. Inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Low belly, midsection, upper chest. Push your knee strongly against your arm. Use the arm against the knee, slide the shoulders away from the ears, broadening through both sides of the collarbones as you look over your right shoulder. Well, that one feels good. Inhale, look forward, and then exhale, release. Extending the leg out. We'll need a block now. I got you. Here's this. Here's this. Now, with our block, just set it off to the side, and then we'll take hands behind the knees, draw the feet in, and then open the knees out to the sides. I'm going to set the block away for just a moment. I'm going to grab my own ankles and drive those in toward the groin, but then I find myself leaning back. So I want to do this little lift and shift. So again, I come to the front of my sits bones. I'm drawing the ankles in. And right here, you want to notice how close your knees are to the floor. Taking a deep inhale, I pull up, I'm trying to pull my ankles up. They resist, my knees go out more. The feet are like prayer hands pushing into one another, and I feel each knee moving out and away. The inhale here with the long spine that we've been practicing, there's the hinge at the hips where you're coming forward. Good, keeping that. Inhale, and as you exhale, continue to fold forward. Now you can let the inner blades of your feet start to move apart, and then keep the outer blades of your feet touching into one another. And just notice where you go. Breathing into that, lots of activity. The feet are pushing against one another, especially through the heels. The knees up, moving away and back behind you. And there's a forward fold with length in the spine. Just notice where that is, staying with your breathing. And if you wanted to test it further, you can take the hands out this way and just see, where am I? Where are my hands right now? And breathe. And then pushing the floor away, lift your head and chest, gently slide it back. Then you're going to take the block, you're going to open up the feet, and we're going to go skinny block in between. And now, I'd like to see your footprint in the blocks. So if you're using foam block, you'll be able to see your footprint, maybe. And then push your feet into the block. Then notice I rolled back on my seat. So very important, I do that lift and shift. Then I have to hurry up and get there so I don't roll back. And then pushing pressure in your feet, push heel and the balls of the joint of the big toe and little toe into the, and move your knees away as you push your feet strong. Push your feet strong. Push your feet strong. Do you feel that? You should feel this rebound back into the femur bone, into the hip socket, and you're getting rotation in the hip joint, hopefully. Now keep moving your knees away. Push it as you push your feet in. Grab your ankles. Sit up tall. Stick your butt out. Keep the pressure of your feet. Inhale. And as you exhale, come a little bit forward. Now, I'm lucky enough that my elbows come in onto my thighs, and so I can ground my own thighs right by the crease of my hips. Inhaling here, and as I exhale, I'm thinking about flesh rolling back with my arms as I continue to bring the torso forward. Did you lose the pressure of your feet? Keep pressing your feet, moving your knees away and behind you, shoulders away from your ears, and then when you get to a point where I'm like, and then I'm going to just hold back and just come back just a tiny bit and breathe right there. Inhaling and exhaling. And you want to breathe into any resistance that you may feel, taking the deep breath into that space. And when you exhale, let go of the resistance and let it know that you're just moving slowly. And you're just going to hold it here until you feel the resistance start to decrease. Inhaling and exhaling. But lots of pressure with my feet pressing into the block, knees moving away and behind me. I'm getting the rotation in the actual hip joint. That's a great place to have a good range of motion for your legs, strong in your legs. And then by lifting your head and chest as I keep pulling on the ankles, exhale, bringing my shoulders back. I release all the effort. Now I change it to the side. So here we go. We have the long edge, my feet pretty much still fit on the block. I'm going to take a moment to push my feet in, but also notice that I'm leaning back. And so this compresses the joints in the low back, and I want to get out of that. So I do this lift and shift, and I leave all my muscle back there. Then I grab onto my ankles. That's it. And you have to do it fast because you're weeble and you wobble and you fall down. Okay. And then push your feet really hard. So let me see this. You push your feet against the block like really hard, all points of the feet like you're standing. At the same time, move your knees away. Keep pushing the feet, moving knees away, and then move the knees back behind you. Without the rest of the body moving, just through the feet pushing, knees rebound out and away. Knees go back behind you, and you can get taller with this. Breathe. Anybody else's thighs screaming? Mine are definitely screaming. So breathing in and exhaling it out. Inhaling, and then as I exhale, you see how much strength my arms are doing? They're pulling against my ankle. They don't want to let go as the feet press in. There's a lot of strength in that. I lift up, and then if I can get my elbows back onto my upper thighs, I'm going to hinge a little bit forward without dropping down the waist. Keep the ribs lifted. Wherever that is, find your exhale, but don't let go of your feet. Feet push, knees move. Out, behind you, lift up more. Push, knees out, behind you, lift your torso more. Breathing into it. So I'm not folding as far forward. I understand that, but I still want to keep the pressure in my foot. Go back and make sure you have pressure in your feet. The knees can rebound out and away, and then feel the actual moving in the hip joint all the way from the top. Breathing into that. Let yourself breathe in, and when you exhale out, let go of some of that tension and holding on. Let your body know that we're moving very, very slowly. We're inhaling and exhaling and just getting to know what's happening here. I also remind myself to push my elbows and forearms into the upper inner thighs if I'm available to do that. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. If I were going to adjust you, I would be coming up from behind you, and I would be putting my hands on your upper inner thighs where your elbows might be. And I would be pushing straight down so you feel your seat to extend up and to get that long forward fold. And breathing here. Just breathe. The breath is in the exhale, not so much in the inhale, but on the exhalation that you empty the vessel and then wait for the next breath in. Now gently, by holding your ankles, inhale, lift the head and chest, and then exhale, where you release that pressure. And then I'm going to take it long ways. So now it's pretty much my heels and maybe the balls of my feet, depending what size shoe you wear. But here's the important part. I'd like for your heels to dig into the block, and mostly all through heels. Then I do the lift and shift. That helps me, but I got to get over here quick. Okay. Now, heels push against it. And as you push your heels, move your knees away and behind you and get up top. Push your heels, really strong on the heels. Heels, heel pressure, knees move away, back behind you, sit up top. Find your breath, find your calm breath. Make sure you're exhaling. Push it in. You keep rebounding out of the way and feeling the turn in the upper thighs, and the hip joint, breathing into that. Give yourself good exhales to really like let go of that tightness and the tension that you're holding on to. Allow the inner thighs to start to soften and just be where they are, and give it the healthy breath that it needs to inhale, and give it the exhale that it needs to get out. Let go of the tightness and tension, just like letting it go. Oh boy. And then you'll gently inhale, lift your head and chest, exhaling. Ooh. And then that's why we use soft blocks, because students can keep their arm. And then bring your feet in. Do your lift and shift with nothing underneath you. And then this time, they're going to open like your prayer hands. Your feet are like prayer hands, and you're going to open the inner blades of your feet, and you want to lay them down. So it's like a book. And then I'm going to take my hand onto the upper balls of the joints of the feet, and I'm going to encourage them to open up like a book. But I want definite heel pressure against the heel, the outer blade of the foot against the outer blade of the foot. I'm sitting toward the front of my own sits bones. Push it. Let the knee go out and away. And then as the knees go out and away, by pushing the heel or the whatever part is available, knees out and behind you so that you can sit up top. Knees out behind you. But are your knees closer? Do you have more range of motion since the first time we did this pose? And then I'm going to hold on to my book, keeping the pages open. Inhale, stick my butt out. And as I exhale, hinge and fold forward, out and down. Just checking in to see if we got any kind of opening. Breathing into it. And hands out just a little bit more. Good. Breathe. Then you got an ankle thing. Just honoring wherever you are. Let yourself exhale, but don't let it hurt your ankle. Breathing into it. And then inhale, head and chest, exhale, coming in. Then you take your knees and you go WD-40. I got that in here somewhere. Bring it in, and you go, oh, walk your feet out just a little bit. Okay, we have knee issues in here. I don't think so. You okay with knees? Okay. So then we're going to switch over onto the hands and knees. Put my jacket on because I don't want to give you guys a free show here. So we'll go to the hands and knees, and hands, wrist underneath your shoulders, the knees underneath your hip bones, the hands shoulder distance apart, the feet. There you go. Beautiful. See, I brought you the right blocks. Okay, open up your knees a little bit wider. Curl your toes under. That keeps muscle energy. Is that available to your feet and ankles? Good. So let's just do inhale, cat cow. Inhale, lifting the head, chest, seat up, arching through the back, belly to the floor. And as you exhale, by pushing your hands down, push your knees down, exhale, curl the tail under, bring the head in, and round through the upper back. Squeeze it out till you feel your abs on. And then inhale, lifting the head, chest, seat up, arch it, and broaden chest. Exhale, head comes in, pelvis comes in, press round and squeeze. Now, this shift your weight forward as you're doing. Do you feel it more in the belly? Yeah, you got the belly going. Okay, here we go. One more. Inhale, lift, head, chest, seat up, broadening through the chest, keeping your weight forward. Exhaling, head comes in, pelvis comes in, push around and squeeze, and feel the space between the shoulder blades getting that deep stretch. Then inhaling our spine into a neutral position. So from the hands and knees, where you are right now, I'll take my right foot and I'm gonna see if I can bring it up. So if I can't get it all the way, I get my hand on my ankle, bring it up, and then here we are, and breathe. Now, very slowly, I'm gonna walk my hands forward, and then the back knee, you can pad that with a blanket should you need to. It doesn't mean anything if you want to pad the back knee. You okay with that? The back toes are curled under, so my back toes are actually curled under enough to where they're kind of pushing into the floor, and it lifts the pressure off my knee, but my knee is still down. And then I want to go a little bit more forward. Hands, and let your knee go in front of your toes. Keep your foot firmly anchored. Do you feel that? And breathe. Just shift side to side. Say hello, hips. How are you? Say hello to my little friend. Hello. Been tight for a while. And just breathe. The more that the front foot is stable and not lifting, better. The knee is staying in. Good. I'm sure Tracy's feeling that over there too. Yeah, we'll get you ready for your kiteboarding adventure. All right, and then gently press it back. And then you'll take your right foot, bring it back in, back to the hands and knees. Then here we go with the left side. Let's get that sucker up there. And you might have to bring it up. Then your hands go back down. You're back in the hands and knees position. And then very slowly, I'll start to bring my hips closer to the floor. The back toes are curled under. If my knee is a little bit tender, I kind of lift it and set it back down even further so that as I go forward, I go to the meaty part above my own back kneecap. Yeah, keep it down and slide your hips closer to the floor. Just keep it down. Don't move the back leg, but bring your front knee in front of your toes. There it is. Do you see how you're above the kneecap now? We're on a meaty part. And you just say hello to your hips here. Yes, so side to side, right hip versus left hip. The hands are very important too on how the pressure is in the floor. So I'm pushing the hands down and isometrically dragging them back, which brings my hips closer. And you should probably be feeling this in the right front hip. Yeah. And just breathe. There may be many other places you're feeling this too, but ideally the right front hip is a biggie. Let your chest broaden and be sure that you're not curling in because the tightness. Be sure the exhale's there. It's all between you and your own breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. And then very, very slowly by pushing the floor away. Back toes are curled under. Stick your butt out, stick your butt out, stick your butt out. Ooh. The leg goes back, and now we can go on to our backs. So we're being knee friendly in here. So just lay down on your backs. The feet are onto the floor. The feet are hip bone distance apart. The arms go down alongside of you. And staying with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And then be sure the knees don't open. Now, press down through your arms and your feet to lift the hips up just a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Pressing down, you get the lift up of the hips. And then very slowly articulate top to bottom. So you start setting the upper spine down one vertebra at a time, slowly, slowly, slowly. And then you scoop the tailbone by the time your low back comes down. Beautiful. This is just really helpful for low backs. It's going to help to tighten the buttocks and the hamstrings. Ready? Push it down, lift it up. If you have low back pain, yeah, push down more, lift it up more, push down more, lift it up more. Yeah, if you low back pain, you want to tighten the glutes. And then very slowly with your exhale, one vertebra at a time, top to bottom, like setting down pearls, go slow, slow, slow. And then there's a tilt of the tailbone as it comes in. Yes, beautiful. And we're only going to do one more, just like that. Press it down, lift it up. Good, good, good. Push down through your feet to get it up. Good, good, good. Breathing. That's it, Tracy. Get it up there. More. Walk your feet back just a tiny bit, Trace. There you go. You get your ankles under your knees and you get a lot more power. Beautiful. And bring it down slowly, top to bottom. Slow, slow, slow. And then there's a scoop of the tailbone. And breathe here. Beautiful. Keeping your feet hip bone distance apart. The way you are, I'm going to sit and do this so you can see, but you're laying down, cross your right ankle over the left knee. That's it. So you're crossing the right ankle over the left knee, and be sure you're pushing out of the right ball joint of the big toe so the foot doesn't sickle. And so as the foot is crossed knee, push your right knee away, but don't let your hips lift. There you go. Good. Now, keeping that same action, you're very slowly going to draw the left knee up into your chest. Head down. And just bring it in. And then if it's available to hold on to the left leg, oh, you got it. You know what's up there. Good. Don't go in too far. Then see if you have enough flexibility to get your right elbow on the left inner thigh. As I'm holding the leg, I'm using the elbow to push my right knee away. Breathing into that. Beautiful. Shoulders down. Ankle bone a little bit more. Is your ankle okay? There. Ooh, we got to pop. Snap, crackle, and pop in your joints. And shoulders, keep your chest broad. That's the important part. Put your arms a little bit more and chest broad. Put your right shoulder down. Oh, beautiful. Are we breathing? Inhaling and exhaling. You can even kind of roll side to side on your sacrum as you're holding this. That just feels good all day. Okay, don't look at me, but listen carefully. Okay, this is a little bit like a twister game. Release the back of your left leg. Extend your right arm out, shoulder higher with the palm down. So this is your right hand's your anchor. Take your left hand onto your right ankle and hold fingertips in front, thumb in the back. Keep the figure 4 of your legs. Then push your legs away so that your left arm gets tension in it. Draw the left head of the arm bone in. Keep this entire action. Take a deep inhale. And as I exhale, by pushing through my right hand, let your right foot go over to the left side. Keep that whole situation together. Nope. And fingertips on top. There it goes. Inhale. And as you exhale, go over. Until the right foot sits down on the floor like you're standing. Oh, yes, that's it. Breathing into that. You want tension in the left arm as you're holding on to your right ankle. As you push your right foot into the floor, start to move your right knee out and away. Keep your left shoulder down and see if you can't look over your left shoulder. Right shoulder. It is twister, right? Let your left knee soften and relax to the floor. You did okay, Melanie? Breathing into it. This is a very difficult place to get a stretch. And it's the nicer way to get one. I can think of a lot meaner ways to get here. Are you exhaling? Give yourself the exhale. And see, I get it from the stability of the foot pressing into the floor, holding onto the ankle, tension in your left arm. Breathe. That's it. That's it. That's it. Oh, that's so good. Now, important when we come out of these poses that you keep the whole situation together. So by pushing through your right hand, take a deep inhale, draw the navel to the spine, hold your breath like that, and then bring it all the way back. Very good. And then uncross your legs, set it down, feet hip bone distance apart. Feet close to the ground. There it is. Good. Now cross your left ankle. But I'm not. Okay. Your left ankle over your right knee. Beautiful. Very nice. And then just see how that feels. Make sure that the right hip is moving down away from your right shoulder. Right hip away from the right shoulder. So are your hips level? That's what you want to check into first. Then if that's all working well, then you inhale and bring your right knee up into your chest and then reach both hands into holding on to the left, either the back of the leg or depending on flexibility, keeping your shoulders down, can you grab onto the shin? No. No. It's either here or both holding here. Oh, yeah. But you don't want to lift your tailbone. So there, yeah, it's better to have that full pose with integrity, broaden your chest, shoulders, that's it, beautiful. And then at the same time, using your left elbow on the left inner thigh, you kind of just keep a hold. And then it's just kind of just encourage the left knee to move away. And yeah, but the hips level. And then are you holding your breath? Don't hold your breath. Exhale it out. You stay with your exhales. Don't worry about anything else. Just exhale. Just notice the difference and see, keep broadening your collarbones with the shoulders down. And take a little bit more, yes. And breathe. Kind of roll side to side. Let's see, give the sacrum a little massage, yes? Give yourselves good exhales, y'all. Let it go. There's a tendency to hold the breath when the going gets rough, and we're going to teach ourselves to exhale. If you do anything, exhale. Okay, when you're ready, the left arm extends out, shoulder height or higher with your palm down, and you just use that palm down to really get anchored. Then right hand hold on to the ankle, the fingers in front and the thumb in the back of the ankle. Then you push the legs away till your right arm gets straight and it has tension in it. Keep this whole situation by pushing through your left hand strongly. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, go slowly over to the side. If your hips are tight and it's not available altogether, the left foot could be stepping on a block, but we're good here. But just know you can bring the floor up to you at all times should you need it. Is it too much? Yeah. So we're noticing here that we have a tighter hip side, and I bet, we all do. We all do. So we place the block under the foot. Then your job is to soften the right inner thigh and knee and let those really rest toward the floor, but keep the foot on the block. And just breathing into it. No force, but do it by your exhales. Do it by your exhales. Give me a little view. So you can see the legs a bit. Yeah. So I help her keep her left hip moving away from her shoulder at the same time by pushing her left foot into the floor or a block. She could push down and then move the knee away. Just very slow with her exhale. And then when she feels capable of doing it, and it's just between you and you, using the exhales, can you be here where it's a bit uncomfortable, soften your exhales, and then at any point gently start to look towards your left fingertips. But no rush in the postures. Yoga is a lifetime practice, so you want to give yourself time. But it's really, really wonderful and important that we've noticed that one side was tighter than the other. The one side had a bit more limitations than the other. I have sides of my body that does the same. And you just stay within that, wherever that limitation is, and you reestablish trust by your exhales. The reason why we get so stressed and anxiety builds up for us is because we get the inhales in, but we don't exhale out, and that becomes air trapping. And nothing will lead to anxiety faster than air trapping, where you're just barely breathing into the top and not getting air exchange. So if you need to concentrate on one thing, it would be through the exhalation to where you actually get this communication with your body, where your body can start to trust and let go a little bit. And just the tiniest bit of communication is the start. And that's all the start that we need. And breathing in and exhaling it out between you and your body. Did you find any space in that breathing? You sure did. She did. She was really softened into that. I'm sure Tracy did too. And it's by pushing the left foot down and moving the left knee out and away that you get more space happening, more stretch. So whatever your tighter side is, feel free to spend a little bit longer on the tighter side and just give it a little extra love and attention. Then we're going to be ready by pressing through your left hand, the one that's extended on the floor. You want to anchor that down. Take a deep inhale, draw your navel to the spine. That supports your low back. Then inhale, bring the whole situation back together. Your right foot is down, uncross your left foot, gently setting that down. Ooh, feels good. And it might feel extremely nice to bring your knees up into your chest. And then when you do the knees up into your chest, try not to cross the ankles because we'll get like a real vision of what that is. It's okay if you want to cross your ankles, but you really should know why. Is there an imbalance or something in there that is causing you to cross your ankles? Huh? It's comfort. Comfort. Broaden chest. Ooh, that feels so nice. Okay. Extending both arms out to a T with the palms down, keeping the knees up into the chest. We'll slowly inhale, and as you exhale, both knees over to your right, slow. See how that goes. And this is not an abdominal exercise, so you're going to let your knees go all the way down, keeping your shoulders down if that's available. And then we have low back pain. I suffer low back pain. So what I do is when I come out of this, I inhale the left leg up first, then followed by the right, and then we're back to the center. Both knees together, inhale. And then as you exhale, both knees over to your left. Keeping the right shoulder blade anchored. Breathing. You just want to notice, right? Just want to notice what's happening here. And then by pushing your palms down, those are your anchors. Push the palms into the floor. Then you'll inhale the right knee up first, followed by the left, and you're back to the center. And placing your own hands onto your kneecaps, having the arms straight and the shoulders down, flexing the feet. Then I take and I go little circles in one direction. That's like a complete sacrum massage. Do you feel that? Be sure you're inhaling and you're exhaling. You can go big circles, little circles, but you want to really span the entire sacrum. And then stopping and go back the other side to see. And if you have any kind of knots, anything in there, you want to stop on that. Do you have any knots? Okay, say we have a knot and we stop right here. You stay there for a moment and just breathe into the knot. Keep your chest broad. Breathing in and exhaling it out. That's it. And just let the pressure stay on the knot. And then if you feel the knot starting to dissipate, leave, just breathing into it. But you can, at home, you can do this as long as you'd like. If you wanted to pause the video and just stay here for a moment on any knots, give yourself that extra time to breathe in and exhale it out. And then you can continue rolling around and finding more if they are there. Then we're going to release the feet onto the floor. And this feels super nice for the low back sacrum, is that I'll have her press her feet down and we'll lift the hips up, but this time it's going to have support. So I'll have a block that will go underneath the hips, the sacrum, and a little bit above the tailbone, push down to lift up. Or, okay, and then when she brings it down, and see how that feels. Okay, so she made the noise. That means it hit the spot. It's a super sweet spot that you want to make sure that you're hitting, okay? And then once your hips are on that, so that you can see, oh my goodness, that feels so good. All right, then from here, take your right knee and lift it above your hip. And be sure the knee doesn't come any further closer to you, just to have it right over your hip. So push it right for the right more. Good. Keep that. Then all your weight down and bring the left knee up to meet the right. Push them away. The knees away. Right about there. Is that stable for you? For a minute. Okay, and then put your feet down. And if it's not, I'd like for you to scooch the block just a millimeter down towards your feet.
Better.
Better. Okay, so it's like the eyeglass doctor. A little bit, scooch here, scooch there, side to side. But get to the point where the knees are here and it's completely effortless, and you can tell by your belly. Is your belly tightening to hardening to hold you there? You want to really soften and release. And then if that's available, then you'll take your ankles and stack those over your knees. So Tracy, if you've had something with your eyes, I'm not sure if you were still keeping the pressure off of the eyes. This could add a little bit of pressure. Okay. A little bit of pressure to the eye. So it's an inversion. The hips are higher than the heart. So you could do this without the block underneath you and get the legs elevated. But we did quite a bit of twisting today. And in our twisting practices, it releases toxins. And we definitely want to drain all the fluids now from our lower extremities. So this might be a lot for you, and that's perfectly fine. Stay here. But then if I wanted to go higher, I put one foot down, the other foot down, and then I have a much smaller space to find my sweet spot, but I'll go up onto a higher level. Walk my shoulders away, and then I have length in my low back. One knee up, the other knee up. Now I definitely hips much higher than the heart at this point. But you gotta get that sweet spot, right? Where it's just completely supported, and you check with the knees over the hips before you go legs up. Then if you find that, oh yeah, that's easy. Okay, then the legs can go up. And you push your toes away from your face a little bit. Yeah, and then can you just be there and breathe? You don't feel like you have to hold on with your hands. You're just breathing. You can look up at the ceiling. You shouldn't even have to look at me, and just simply breathe. If it's too much, go back down to the level, right? If it's not enough, then I can want more or do more. And you really shouldn't go for that like right away. But if you're advancing and have done this a whole bunch and you wanted to go more, my legs are kind of short, so this higher block was not always suitable for me. But I would put it, that's the highest level. We saw all those levels before when we did the Baddha Konasana with the block between our feet. Okay. And then you have to hold the block though if you start to go onto a little bit higher, because it's less surface area and it could give way. You never want to be in a yoga restorative pose or a pose like that, depending on a prop, and the prop gives way, because you'll lose all the trust you've established with your body. But you can see hips higher than the heart. So what this is doing is draining all the fluid from my lower extremities. It's decreasing the work of my heart, because the fluid is not into my legs and toes and all of that right now. It's draining in. It's draining down, and then when you get to the hip crease or the bikini lines in your bathing suit, that's where a lot of lymph nodes are there, and they're your body's housekeepers. And what they can do is just easily pick up the waste and start to mobilize that and get it out of your body, excreting it in all the ways that our body does. So you're just breathing in, you're exhaling out. You might be closing your eyes and just softening and softening and softening. You let the miracle of the body do its thing. You don't even have to think about it, but it'll do it for you. And then the heart is just pumping in the torso, I mean, the vital organs of the body at this point, which decreases the work of it. Because you imagine if your heart has to push blood all the way to your toes and then get back up again, that's a little more work for the heart. So they say this is very healthy for you. Make sure that your breath is there and that you're not completely stressed out. Wherever you are, we bend one knee and the other knee, have your calves parallel for a second, and then we do a slow return of blood flow. Foot down, other foot down. So depending on what block size you're on, I'm on the highest. So then whatever level you're on, if you can go lower, push down, lift and squeeze my buttocks to take it down to the second level. So I was on the third. If you're on the second, you go to the first. Then I'll bring my knee up, legs up. Few 3 or 4 breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. If you're on the lowest level, you're staying on the lowest level with your legs up, don't worry. I'm on the second level. I think that, and then bend one knee, calf parallel, bend one knee, calf parallel, one foot down, the other foot down. I'm going to push up, go to the last level, do the same thing. You're on the last level and you have been on the last level. Let's do it one more time. Knees up, legs up, drain the fluids. You can circle with your ankles. You can point and flex your feet. Just get some mobility. I feel there are all kinds of snap, buckle, pop. If you're on the lowest level or the floor level, stay there. If you're on a higher level, I'm going to go knees bend, feet to the floor, push down, lift up, taking the block out, and then bring it all down. Then the knees back up over your hips, legs up. See here, my feet are too far forward. Here you can see the stack ankle over the hip. Here, it would make it hard. I'd have to do abs. Not a bad thing, but that's not what we're doing today. All right, then bend one knee, then the other knee. Let's take that block one more time on the lowest level, just really quick. Lift your hips up, bring the block back to where it was in that wonderful sweet spot. But this time, bring the soles of your feet together and open your knees apart. And just let's stay here for just a moment and get that hip opening. As long as your knees aren't hurting. If your knee joints are hurting, then you don't do this. You want to support your knees. And this is very nice because the weight of your knees is taking it down and over to the sides. It's giving you a great hip opener. This is a muscle group that is really on for tension and stress, for the fight or flight, and can make us feel chronically under tension. So a lot of, if we live our life in this way where the front group is really tight, then the emotions correspond with that tightness. So we want to give it some time to open and relax and release, and maybe find some give in that. And the only way we do that is with our breathing, the exhale in particular. And breathing in and you exhale out. Don't be afraid to hold poses a bit longer, because if you're working with something that's been tight for a really long time, it takes 2 to 3 minutes to get into the deeper connective tissues. So that's the beautiful thing about restorative yoga. So these things, you know, you can pause videos at any time and then spend a little extra time. It depends on what you need. Otherwise, I'm going to take my hands to my outer thighs, bring my knees together, get my feet back onto the floor, and then we're going to do one more where I'll take the legs out. So you can start with the scooch out. Scooch, 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 or slide them out. Let the feet go just a little bit further apart, but not too wide. And then lay back here as long as you're not feeling any back pressure or pain. This is a great stretch for the entire front body. Very, very nice for if you sit a lot at your work, if you commute to work and you're sitting in the car. This is a great front body opener that doesn't require weight bearing on the joints. So you just breathe into that, feel your belly rise, do your 3-part breathing here. I'll stretch my arms up over the head. It feels really good. That adds on to the stretch actually in front of the hips. After a few breaths here, again, if this is something you're doing at home, pause the video and stay here for a bit longer. But when I'm ready to come out, I bring my arms back. And I slide one heel in, slide the other heel in. Then when I press my feet down, squeeze my butt as I go up so that it helps the back pain. Then bring it down top to bottom, like you're setting a strand of pearls down, almost where you scoop your tailbone on the way down. Then bring your knees up into your chest, which feels amazing. My hands onto the kneecaps, flexing the foot one more time, big circles. Give yourself a nice little massage. See how it's doing now. Are the same knots there? New knots there? All knots gone? No? Check it out. We'll each have a different experience in this practice of yoga because our bodies are in different places. There's no good and no bad about it. Foot down, foot down. Now, lifting the right leg, cross your right knee over the left thigh, and there's no space in the legs like there was with the figure four. So the legs are crossed tightly. Extend your right arm out to the side. This is shoulder height. This is a little higher. We want the palms, the back of the hands to be on the floor. Take your left hand to your right knee. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly start moving the right knee over to the floor on the left side. Go slow. So your shoulder blade is your anchor, and I want to sucker that in. The right back of your hand is an anchor. I want to sucker that in. The knees may or may not make it to the floor, but you just breathe into that. If you look straight up at the ceiling, that's less. If you look at the right fingertips, that adds more to this twist in the nervous system. You stay there, but I'm going to show you the more advanced move on this. Would be navel to the spine, inhale, knees back to the center with the feet up. I could hook the foot. This is too much for me, my flexibility, but it may be just right for you if that was easy. So the right shoulder blade stays down, I've hooked the foot, and then with that, keeping the knees up a little bit higher, inhale, and as I exhale, I'm going to use the left hand to help guide so it doesn't go too fast because it weighs more. Here it goes, here it goes. I set the left foot to the floor to guide me. Then I'll slowly work with bringing my right knee down to the floor. It's a much more robust sensation in this twist. Could be a lot on the spine. So just breathing into that. I wouldn't try the double cross until the knee got down and the shoulder stayed down comfortably with the one cross twist. I am having all kinds of chiropractic adjustments, and that's lovely in yoga. Those come along as a free benefit. Just breathe. I don't know about you, but my body needed this session today. So take a deep inhale. Squeeze your navel to the spine. I'm going to use my left hand to help assist so I don't have too much weight. Inhale back to the center. Uncross, unwind. Feet down. Left leg crosses over the right leg, crossing high up in the thighs. No space in there. If you wanted to do the deeper, you bring the foot up and hook. But if you didn't double cross on the other one, don't do this one. Left arm extends out, shoulder high with the palm up. You get to see it from this side. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale with my left hand, my right hand, I'm going to take my left thigh and guide the knee over. And you can see how I put my right foot down. So like that's my left foot. Here I am doing it. Okay, left foot goes down and it kind of is the guide. It's saying, okay, I'm holding this back. I'm holding this back. And then when the left foot feels like it's okay, I'm not going to hurt my back. And the left foot starts to relax a little and allows the knee to come down toward the floor. But you never want it. It depends. But right now on this particular twist, keep your shoulder down. Keep your back of your left hand down. And then work the knee to get down. Sometimes there are poses where the knee touches down and the shoulder can lift. But that's not what we're doing today. And there's reasons why we do those different kinds of moves. So always know where your foundation should be and work within those guidelines. If I could look straight up at the ceiling, I could turn and look at my left fingertips. It just depends on where I need to be. I'm coming out just to get the deeper twist to see how this goes for me. And I am going to go. And then I'm using the right hand. So this is how you can see it on this side. It kind of guides me and it keeps me from going down too fast. Now, I'm going to see which way this is. Okay, that's my right outer foot goes down. And then as my right outer foot goes down, it's kind of guiding the left knee to go over. But I don't go if my shoulders lifted. I don't go if my left hand is lifted, keeping those down. And if they can maintain down, then if my left knee can touch down, that's a whole different pose. And we breathe into it. If you wanted to add more to that intensity of the twist, you look over your left fingertips. Today, that's not available to me. I can look straight up, but you might be able to. So just breathing into it. Every day is different. That I wake up and I go and do yoga, and my body is in a different place because different things have happened every day. So allow yourself to breathe and just be where you are and just love and honor yourself where you are today. And don't make anything matter. Breathe. Now, when we're ready, we're going to protect our low back. Everybody's going to do this. Take a deep inhale, draw your navel to the spine. And then I use my right elbow down when I'm a double twist. And I inhale, navel to the spine, bring it back to the center. Uncross, unwind, feet down, knees up into your chest. This is a nice neutralizer. Beautiful. And then we're going to squeeze all of our muscles. So now this is good for the thyroid and the parathyroid. I'm going to reach in there and grab my knees as close and tight as I can. Point the toes as close, as hard as I can. Then I'm going to bring my forehead in. I like to kiss my knees because I never know if they're going to work for me on the day to day. So I'm going to reach up there. They did a good job. I'll squeeze, kiss them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? Squeeze, squeeze. Make a lemon face with your face. Squeeze it all tight. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Hold the breath and squeeze. And then exhale. Legs out, arms out. Then this is the time that we'll put support underneath your thighs. I'm going to place some a bolster underneath the knees and the upper thighs. And this releases our back. We're moving into Shavasana, your final resting pose. So I'm inviting you to take some time and to really support yourself like you would do for somebody else who was a guest at your home, a guest in your practice. Does that feel good? Okay. And then just let the feet fall out to the sides. And what I'm going to do here also is that since the legs are up on a bolster, the heels are suspended in space, but I'm going to take blocks and place them underneath the heels. It's just a different sensation in the restorative yoga pose. You can see if you like it, see if you don't. You know, the world is your oyster on this. You get to do whatever you like. So allow yourself to lay back, get comfortable. And then I always give the option that if you want to like lay in Shavasana and not be disturbed, you can put both hands on the belly, and I know to leave you alone, and you can just release and enjoy your Shavasana. If you were here, there would be some adjustments and just making space internally for the students. But I invite you now just to close your eyes, and I'll walk you through some guided meditation. But I do invite you to relax and let go. If you have some beautiful music at home, like relaxing strings or whatnot, maybe put that on in the background for yourself. But take a moment. If you're watching the video, you just put us on pause, go get everything set up, and then join us wherever you are. As you feel yourself releasing back into the ground, into the earth, into all the support that is beneath you, just allow yourself to know that all the hard work is done. Hard work is done. There's nothing for you to do. There's nothing for you to fix. It's a time to let go. So the lights will be dimming here, but it's not important for you to really see. It's important for you to lay back, relax, and let go. We also have sandbags here, and I'll be using those as well for Shavasana. So let yourself go. Bring all awareness to your feet and your toes, and allow the toes to soften and relax. Allow the feet to fall out to the side. Nothing to do, nothing to fix, just releasing and letting go. From your toes and your feet, feel the relaxation washing through. the bottoms of your feet, the tops of your feet, and then moving into the ankles. Give all the ankles in the body permission, all the joints permission to soften like water. Soften, relax, and let go. Be sure that you're warm. Allow the muscles in the body to begin to soften and relax and let go. There's really nothing to do, really nothing to fix, just simply letting go. It's like waves of relaxation keep washing over you. Shins, calves, knees, skin behind the knees, let go. The joints in your knees, soft, relaxing, and let go. Nothing to do, nothing to fix, no right way and no wrong way. Letting go. Thighs, hamstrings, every muscle in the lower legs, soft and relaxed. Nothing to do. Just let go. Feel the front of your hips softening, the back of your hips softening, the sides, the buttocks, soften, relax, and let go. As you feel your hips softening and relaxing and releasing, the low back as well, feel the relaxation washing over you into the abdomen. And allow the abdomen to become soft, relax, and let go. Nothing to do, nothing to fix, just let it go. Allow all the internal organs in the abdominal area to soften and relax, giving the internal organs a break. Let them rest. Feel your digestive system softening, relaxing, and letting go. As you allow the digestive system to soften and relax, allow the relaxation to move into your lungs. Allow the lungs to soften and relax. Nothing to do. The breath will come as it needs to come. You don't have to guide anything at this point. Just let go. Feel the relaxation moving into the heart. Allow your heart to become soft. The heart knows what to do. Nothing for you to guide. Nothing for you to do. The heart beats its beat. The lungs breathe their breath. And everything perfectly sustaining this physical body in every way. Nothing for you to control. Let it go. As your chest softens, feel your shoulders relaxing. As the shoulders relax, feel the relaxation moving through your arms, the upper arms, the lower arms, the back of the hands, the tops of your hands. Soften, relax, and let go. Nothing to do, nothing to fix, and just letting go. Begin to send your exhalations out through your fingertips, one by one. With every exhalation, exhale out any remaining tension or stress. Anything that no longer serves you, when you exhale, you let it go. making space, all the nutrition that you need, all the health that you need, exhaling out and letting go. Continue to trace each fingertip as you exhale. As the fingers continue to soften and relax, feel the relaxation washing through your hands, tops of your hands, the bottoms of your hands, the wrist, forearms, upper arms, into your shoulders. And allow your shoulders to soften and relax and let go. Nothing to do, nothing to fix. Let go. From your shoulders into your neck into the throat. Let go. As you feel the front of your throat softening, feel the relaxation moving into your jaw. Allow the upper teeth to separate from the lower teeth and the tongue to simply float in the mouth. Every muscle in your face now can soften and relax, melting into all the support that is beneath you. Allow the eyes to melt further back into their sockets and rest deeply. Feel the ear canals soften. Let go. Even the space behind your forehead, the frontal lobe of your brain, softening, relaxing, and letting go. Your entire body surrendering to the relaxation. Nothing to do, nothing to fix, just let go. Start to bring conscious breath back into the body. Just begin to deepen your respirations. Become aware of every inhalation and become aware of every exhalation. Allow every inhalation to bring energy back in and every exhalation to continue letting go. If you're watching this on a video, it's a great time to pause and let yourself stay in this relaxation for as long as you want or need. As we continue to bring conscious breath back into the body, every inhalation, energizing, every exhalation, continuing to cleanse. Start to bring awareness into the physical body. Becoming aware of toes, become aware of your fingers, and just slowly, with a little bit of movement in your toes, A little bit of movement in the fingers. Taking your time, beginning to come back into your physical body. You may want to do a few wrist circles. You may want to do stretching out through the arms. Some of you want to go overhead. But take a moment to do a deep body stretch. Take time to stretch your right side a little more than the left side a little more than the right, and stretching it out nice and even. Bending the knees, the soles of the feet onto the floor. They'll go on a bolster, and then you just take your time, and when you're ready, you just gently scooting the bolster out of the way. With the knees bent, feet onto the floor. Give yourself a moment to curl over onto your right side. You can use your right arm like a pillow, or if you have a blanket underneath your head, but just curl up like in a little ball on the right side and stay there. A little reflection upon the time that you had to relax and through the practice. If you were able to relax, just remember it's always just a few breaths away. If you were not able to relax, just keep visiting it and practicing with it until you can. But we want to keep all of the relaxation that we have gained. So letting the head be the last thing to come up, you turn toward the floor, use your left hand and right arm, and gently pressing yourself up into a seated position. And once you take your seat, feel yourself firmly established in your seat, pressing down to extend up. Just notice any space that you've created in the body, and intuitively you'll know to chin parallel, the throat back, ears back, low ribs pull back, sitting in the bones, anchoring through the seat, lifting up through the crown of the head, and just celebrating the spaciousness inside, allowing the lungs to breathe the breath in and to exhale it out. Every inhale, again, rejuvenating. Every exhale, always a cleansing exhale, and let it completely exhale out. Your next inhalation through the nose, imagine let. Next exhalation through the nose, exhale, go. Inhaling, let. Exhaling, go. One more time. Inhaling, let. Exhaling, go. Taking time throughout your day to take at least 3 of these breaths where you inhale consciously, let, where you exhale consciously, go. We'll draw our hands into the heart center, including our class with the final Om. Take a deep inhale to begin. Bowing your head to your heart center, just a moment of reflection upon all the blessings in our lives. And acknowledge that beautiful light that shines within your own heart. We look for light in all beings, and especially during the holiday season, allow your light to shine even brighter so people may borrow that light. We bow to each other's light with namaste. Thank you so much for being here. We pause and stop. Have a great day, and thank you.